Hello guys, in this video I would like to explain about types of statistics, and mainly there are two types of statistics which we call descriptive statistic and inferential statistics. So let's have a discussion about these two statistics and explain what are the differences between these two types with the example. Descriptive statistics summarize and describe the main features of the dataset, often using measures like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, and graphs like histogram or box plot, etc. So this means that in descriptive statistic, we only analyze the data which we have in our hand, which we have with us, only summarizing that data, and we don't have any conclusion about the population. Or you can say, if we have population data, we analyze only their data set, like using standard deviation, mean, median, etc., or graphs. Or if we have sample data, we just analyze their data and we do not generalize the conclusion about the population generally. That is called descriptive statistics. Just the summarization of the data at hand is called summarization or description of the data using some features like mean, median, mode, and standard deviation, etc. or graphs is called descriptive statistics. On the other hand, inferential statistics, like the analysis in which we make inferences and prediction about a population based on a sample data. So in this case, you need to have sample and population, and you analyze the sample data and then generalize the result about the population based on using some probability theory or distribution, and that is called inferential statistic because you draw inference about the population data based on the sample data. So that's important that in inferential statistic, you should have a sample and you generalize your result from sample to population using statistical techniques. So this is called inferential statistic. This includes hypothesis testing, confidence intervals, regression analysis, and more. So these are the three statistical techniques which we can use for this purpose for using inference about the population data based on the sample data. I will have a videos on these topics separately, hypothesis testing, confidence interval, and regression analysis in the coming days. So these are the two types and these are the differences. And let's now have, this is graphically explained. This is the population and this is the sample, and the procedure in which we draw sample is called sampling. So from population, we have the procedure of sampling, and then we have this sample of 6 individuals. And if we analyze about this only 6 item, that is called descriptive statistic. But if we generalize our result about the population based on the analysis we have done for sample data, then that is called inferential statistic. This is the difference. These are some of the example, like for instance, the Pakistani government reports the population of Pakistan was 93 million in the 1961, 58 million in 1970, 83.783 million in 1981, 134 million in 1917. This is 1917 mistakenly. Oh, it's not 1917. That is 1920. It should be 1970 or 71. So mistaken it is written, and this should be. I forgot the correct date, but I just assume that it is 1970 because in 1917 there was war between India and Pakistan. 134 million. Okay. Yeah, there is some confusion here. But let's explain this in the way. Okay. So these are the population. There is confusion here, so I need to correct this. 134 million in 1970. And it was something, suppose million. I will assume that in 1980 it was 190. So this is my assumption. This cannot be true. So just think about, you can Google it. I just assume for interpretation. So it's not, this figure may not be the correct figure, 193. 193 million in 1998 and 213.2 million in 2017. So this information is descriptive statistic. It is descriptive statistic. It is descriptive statistic if you calculate the percentage growth from one decade to the next decade. Okay, so this is about descriptive statistic because this just describe the data which you have. However, it would not be descriptive statistic if we use this to estimate the population of Pakistan in the year 2030. So this is the future projection, or you can say prediction. So this is now not a descriptive statistic, or the percentage growth rate from 2025 to 2030. Why? Because these statistics are not being used to summarize past population, but to estimate future population. The following are some, okay, we don't have other examples. So these are the example which can explain that what is mean by descriptive statistic and inferential statistic. I can give you other example, like if you are interested in to know about the CGPA of the student who's studying electrical engineer in the world, so then that is your population. And if you draw a sample, I mean there are different number of students from each country, that is your sample. And if you analyze about the sample data only to describe the sample data, that is called your descriptive statistic. And if you generalize the result from their sample data about the population data, I mean that you would like to generalize that what on the average, what is the CGPA of the student around the world who's studying electrical engineering, then that is called inferential. That is called you can say inferential statistic and not a descriptive statistic. So what's the difference? The difference is that descriptive statistic, okay, descriptive statistic is prescribed and summarize the data which you have in your head. Inferential statistic means that you are generalizing the result about the population database on the sample data, and this is the difference, the main difference. So in today's video, we have learned that what is mean by descriptive statistic and what is mean by inferential statistics. So these are the two types, major types of statistics, which is explained in this video. I think this is enough for today, and thank you very much. See you in the next video. Ciao.